Hi, welcome, and thank you for joining us for Scene 1 of Antigone. This is our Coragos right here, played by Lucy. All right, Coragos, go.
But now at the last our new king is coming, Creon of Thebes, Menocius' son. In this auspicious dawn of his reign, what are the new complexities that shifting fate has woven for him? What is his counsel? Why has he summoned the old man to hear him?
Here comes Creon from the palace, and he addresses the chorus from the top step. And once again, we want to make sure that we watch how he is characterized from the very beginning. Gentlemen, I have the honor to inform you that our ship of state, which recent storms have threatened to destroy, has come safely to harbor at last, guided by the merciful wisdom of heaven. I have summoned you here this morning because I know that I can depend upon you. Your devotion to King Laos was absolute. You never hesitated in your duty to our late ruler Oedipus, and when Oedipus died, your loyalty was transferred to his children. Unfortunately, as you know, his two sons, the princes Eteocles and Polynices, have killed each other in battle, and I, as the next in blood, have succeeded to the full power of the throne. Is that boring to you? I am aware, of course, that no ruler can expect complete loyalty from his subjects until he has been tested in office. Nevertheless, I say to you at the very outset that I have nothing but contempt for the kind of governor who is afraid, for whatever reason, to follow the course that he knows is best for the state. And as for the man who sets private friendship above the public welfare, I have no use for him either. I call God to witness that if I saw my country headed for ruin, I should not be afraid to speak out plainly, and I need hardly remind you that I would never have any dealings with an enemy of the people. No one values friendship more highly than I, but we must remember that friends made at the risk of wrecking our ship are not real friends at all. These are my principles, at any rate, and that is why I have made the following decision concerning the sons of Oedipus. Eteocles, who died as a man should die, fighting for his country, is to be buried with full military honors, with all the ceremony that is usual when the greatest heroes die. But his brother, Polynices, who broke his exile to come back with fire and sword against his native city, and the shrines of his father's gods, whose one idea was to spill the blood of his blood and sell his people into slavery, Polynices, I say, is to have no burial. No man is to touch him, or say the least prayer for him. He shall lie on the plain unburied, and the birds and the scavenging dogs can do with him whatever they like. This is my command, and I can see, and you can see the wisdom behind it. As long as I am king, no traitor is going to be honored with the loyal man. But whoever shows by word and deed that he is on the side of the state, he shall have my respect and reverence. How about this? He shall have my respect while he's living and my reverence while he's dead.
That is your will, Creon, son of Menocius. You have the right to enforce it. We are yours.
That is my will. Take care that you do your part.
We are old men. Let the younger ones carry it out.
I don't mean that. The sentries or soldiers have been appointed.
Then what is it that you would have us do?
You will give no support to whoever breaks this law.
Only a crazy man is in love with death.
And death it is. Yes, yet money talks, and the wisest have sometimes been known to count a few coins too many. Now in comes a sentry or a soldier, and this guy is completely out of breath, and he's totally nervous. He runs in. I'll say it that I'm not out of breath from running, King, because every time I stopped to think about what I have to tell you, I felt like going back. And all the time, a voice kept saying, "You fool, don't you know you're walking straight into trouble?" And then another voice, "Yes, but if you let somebody else get the news to Creon first, it will be even worse than that for you." But good sense won out, at least I hope it was good sense, and here I am, with a soldier that makes no sense at all, but I'll tell it anyhow, because as they say, what's going to happen's going to happen, and come to the point! What have you to say? I didn't do it. I didn't see who did it. You must not punish me for what someone else has done. A comprehensive defense, more effective perhaps if I knew its purpose. Come, what is it? a dreadful thing. I don't know how to put it. Out with it! Well then, the dead man, Polynices, out there, someone, new dust on the slimy flesh. Someone has given it burial that way and gone. And the man who dared do this? I swear, I don't know, you must believe me. Listen, the ground was dry, not a sign of digging, no, not a wheel track in the dust, no trace of anyone. It was when they relieved us in the morning, and one of them, the corporal pointed to it. There it was, the strangest... Look, the body just mounded over with light dust. You see, not buried really, but as if they'd covered it, just enough for the ghost's peace, and no sign of dogs or wild animal that had been there. And then what a scene there was. Every man of us accusing the other. We all proved that the other man did it. We all had proof that we could not have done it. We were all ready to take hot irons in our hands, walk through fire, swear by all the gods. It wasn't I don't know who it was, but it wasn't I. Creon's, of course, getting angrier and angrier. And then, when this came to nothing, someone said a thing that silenced us and made us stare down at the ground. You had to be told the news, and one of us had to do it. We threw the dice, and the bad luck fell to me, so here I am, no happier to be here than you are to have me. Nobody likes the man who brings bad news.
I've been wondering, King, can it be that the gods have done this?
Stop! Must you doddering wrecks going out of your heads entirely? The gods intolerable. The gods favor this corpse? Why, how had he served them? Tried to loot their temples, burn their images? Yes, and the whole state and the laws with it. Is it your senile opinion that the gods love to honor bad men? A pious thought. No. From the very beginning, there have been those who have whispered together, stiff-necked anarchists putting their heads together, scheming against me in alleys. These are the men, and they have bribed my own guard to do this thing. Oh, money. There's nothing in the world so demoralizing as money. Down go your cities, homes gone, men's gone, honest hearts corrupted, crookedness of all kinds, and all for money. But you... I swear by God and by the throne of God, the man who has done this thing shall pay for it. Find that man, bring him here to me, or your death will be the least of your problems. I'll string you up alive, and there will be certain ways to make you discover your employer before you die. And the process may teach you a lesson that you seem to have missed. The dearest profit is sometimes all too dear. That depends on the source. Do you understand me? A fortune won is often a misfortune. King, may I speak? Your very tone distresses me. Are you sure that it's my voice and not your conscience? By God, he wants to analyze me now. It's not what I say, but what has been done that hurts you. You talk too much. Maybe, but I've done nothing. Sold your soul for some silver, that's all you've done. How dreadful it is when the right judge judges wrong. Your figures of speech may entertain you now, but unless you bring me the man, you will get little profit from them in the end. Bring me the man? I'd like nothing better than bringing him the man. But bring him or not, you have seen the last of me here. At any rate, I'm safe. Now, you'll notice, again, examples of the stickomythia between certainly that back and forth ping-pongy kind of dialogue between the characters. But mostly I want you to go back and look at Creon's speech in the very beginning. On one hand, he's angry and he's forceful and all of that, but on the other hand, he makes some good points. That really the kind of person that we would trust is the kind of person who takes control of the ship of state, who rules his people, and who doesn't make exceptions for family members, like Polynices, who brought an army against the people of Thebes. Am I boring you? Anyway, if you would go back and look at that again, that would be great. And then also I'm going to have you study in depth this first ode. This is called the Ode in Praise of Man. It is one of the most famous odes ever written, and it happens right here, Ode 1 of Antigone. So I have a short video clip here that will help you look at it, and please, as you watch that, look to your book as well and kind of follow along. See you tomorrow.